Hi, I'm Mark. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about generators. Simply, a generator is a device that converts mechanical energy into electricity. The most common generators that most of us are familiar with use a gasoline engine to power the generator unit. Generators can also be powered by propane, natural gas, or diesel. Recently, solar generators have become popular. Generators can be used for many different purposes. Backup or emergency power for your home, powering an RV, construction, or tailgating. Basically, the uses for a generator are limited only by your need for remote portable power. The electricity that a generator produces needs to be within specifications for usable power. That's usually 120 volts or 240 volts. There are two common methods that are used to produce electricity to these specifications. The most common is an automatic voltage regulator, like this generator uses. The other is an inverter, and that's used in this one. The automatic voltage regulator style of generator will produce clean enough power for most things, like appliances, refrigerators, air conditioners, and power tools. For electronics and other sensitive devices, the inverter will produce the cleanest power and works best for those. Inverter generators are typically smaller, lighter, and quieter than other styles of generators. Most generators require a consistent RPM from the engine to produce consistent voltage. Inverter generators don't have this requirement. They can be idled back, and then the generator will increase the power as the load increases. This will save fuel because the generator doesn't have to be run at full throttle all the time. Many models of inverter generators allow you to hook two identical units together, doubling the power that the generator can produce. The numbers on the generator usually indicate the maximum wattage that the generator is capable of producing. A device's power requirement will be printed somewhere on it. Be aware that most generator manufacturers print the maximum wattage that the generator can produce. The continuous wattage will usually be a little lower. In the case of this generator, it can produce 2200 watts max, but continuously it can provide 1800 watts of power. So you might need to do a little additional investigation to find out how much power your generator can produce continuously. You'll need to look at those plates on the side of the devices you want to operate. If necessary, multiply the volts times the amps to find the wattage. So something that requires 10 amps to operate at 120 volts requires 1200 watts of power. If you plan to run more than one device at a time, you'll need to add the wattages from the devices to find your total wattage requirement. So let's say you have an RV and you want to run the microwave and the air conditioner. If the air conditioner takes 1000 watts and the microwave takes 1200, you'll need a generator that can produce at least 2200 watts of power continuously. Once you've picked a generator that's capable of operating the devices you want to run, using it's easy. Connect the device you want to power to the generator. If you need to use an extension cord, make sure you pick a cord that's sized large enough for the wattage of the device you're powering. Fire up the generator and give it a minute to warm up and stabilize. Then you can go ahead and turn on the device and operate it. Generators with combustion engines produce carbon monoxide when they operate, so it's important that you never run them inside your house or a building, in the garage, or any other confined space. Doing so can be deadly. Also, you can't plug your generator directly into an outlet in your home in an attempt to power your home when the power's out. This is illegal and can be deadly to any utility workers trying to troubleshoot or repair an outage in your area. Plus, the generator would immediately stall because it would be trying to power the entire grid for your area. Home standby generators require a transfer switch to be installed. This isolates your home from the power grid. You should change the engine oil and replace the spark plug and air filter at least once per year. More often if you use the generator a lot or if you use it in dusty conditions. Generators will often sit for long periods of time between usage. This can cause old fuel sitting in the carburetor to cause blockages. When your generator is going to sit, be sure to use a good fuel stabilizer and then run the generator for a few minutes at a time every few months. Some generators need to be run every so often to charge the coils inside the generator. If they sit for too long, the magnetism in the coils will be lost and the generator will no longer produce power. If your generator requires this maintenance, it should specify it in your owner's manual. If the magnetism becomes lost, you'll need to take the generator into a repair shop and have the coils shock charged. Solar generators have become very popular in the last few years. Basically, a solar generator is a large battery with an inverter to convert the DC power from the battery into AC power you can use to power small appliances and electronics. It also has a solar charge controller built in. This takes the energy from the solar panels and regulates it to charge the battery inside the solar generator. The solar generator can also be charged by plugging it into a wall outlet. There are many different sizes of solar generators available. This one has a 1400 watt-hour rating. That means it can power a 1400 watt load for 1 hour on one charge. Some advantages to a solar generator are they're silent, and you can use this indoors right next to the appliance. You don't have to be worried about carbon monoxide with these units. With a gas-powered generator, this will run continuously as long as I keep adding more fuel to it. But the solar generator will stop once the battery is empty. Then you'll have to charge it using solar power, which can be limited on cloudy days or at night. If you don't use solar power to charge the solar generator, you won't be able to use it once the battery runs out in a power outage, as there will be no way to charge it. Even if you are using solar to charge your solar generator, likely the solar panels won't be able to charge the battery as fast as the battery is being discharged by whatever it is you're powering. For construction work and times when you really don't care about how noisy the generator is, a standard automatic voltage regulator unit is fine. These units can be noisy, but in those situations that probably doesn't matter. For RVing, most people prefer an inverter generator. They're small, lightweight, very portable, and very quiet. Solar generators are great because they're very portable and small, and you can place them right next to whatever you're using. So that's a basic overview of generators, what they do, and what you can use them for. We hope you found this helpful in picking the right generator for your needs.